took my hand and picked me up. No one else can look past what I've done. No one, the grace you've shown toward me is so far beyond my belief. You gave me a future in spite of my faults, yeah. And I'll sing the songs of the redeemed. I know you care about me. You've made my story better. You've changed my life forever. Ooh. You've made this great exchange. You gave me hope and took my shame. You gave me a love that's unconditional. Hey, and I'll sing the songs of the redeemed. I know you care about me. You made my story better. You changed my life, and I'll sing the songs of the redeemed. I know you care about me. You made my story better. You changed my life forever. I am not the same. I am not the same since I met you. I've been made new. Whoa. I am not the same. I am not the same.
Yo, 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 I am not the same. I am not the I love that song, dude. Oh my God. I promise you, I listen to that song. I love all your songs, but I'm gonna be honest with you. That is probably the one I listen to the most throughout the day. I love that song. I'm just gonna put that out there. And
thank you.
Dude, I'm excited that that you was even available, man, to chop it up with me. No, I'm just saying, listen, I'm just saying, you know, because there are a lot of peeps I reached out to ain't available. I'm like, man, there's more people that I don't know that I'm actually, you know, getting on here. Jake said, great track. Hey, Jake.
Thanks, bro. What up, man?
Dude, hey, Jesse, can you scoot in just a little bit so I can hear you a little bit, bro?
Yep.
Okay, I just want to say thank you so much, seriously, for taking time out to chop it up with me. I haven't seen you, dog, since I was at your house the last time.
Yeah, the shower.
Yes. Wow. That's been a long time. That's all I'm gonna say. Before we get started, can you open us up in prayer real quick, bro?
Sure. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this time. We get to first talk as friends and talk over the airways, whoever may be listening. I have no idea what to expect, and just help us to just openly talk and just whatever you want to use in this moment, use it for this moment. And just thank you for the friendships that have grown and blessed this platform that Mimi has. She's doing some awesome stuff. Help it to grow. More people listen, more people get into her songs, more people to get into her personality, the way that her friends and family know her. Other than that, Jesus, thank you. Amen.
Amen. Let's do it. I am not the same. I'm telling you, I love that. And then come on, you and Jim and they wrote it. So
yeah, Jim. Yep.
You got two great writers on a track. Come on, how dope is that? And I just freestyle. So you already know, because I have you on, I'm gonna be freestyling. So
oh my God, here we go.
Hey, that's how we gotta do it.
Come through.
That's how we have to do it. Hey Berna, how are you, sunshine? Jake, love you, bro. And see, that's what I'm saying. Jake want me to come through. You know what? I think that's just, Jake is being hypocritical, because if I was in front of Jake, he would tell me not to come through.
That's the game. That's the game everybody play, Mimi.
I just don't understand that. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna let him make it, just because, you know, this is a whole different what? I'm not going to say era. I'm going to say this is just different. It's not like back in the day. But anywho, before like we like dive into combo and stuff, I always like to open up my why for, you know, creating What's Your Story, just for the reason that somebody may be tuned in, you know, for the first time, you know. And my whole reason for creating this, of course, the pandemic happened, and everybody who knows me know that I love to inspire, encourage, and give hope to people. I'm like, what else can I do that, you know, knowing that I can't meet up with people face to face, whatever, and created What's Your Story. And that's all about spreading more love and, you know, putting out more positivity in hopes of inspiring, encouraging, giving hope to someone who just may be ready to give up, you know. And for me, I just believe that all of our stories are important. I don't care if you have 200,000 followers or 20 followers. I literally want to connect with everybody. So I want to connect with as many peeps as I possibly can. But anywho, I just got to say this because Jesse, I love your family. And I'm going to say this again. Thank you so much for taking time out to chop it up with me, bro. Sure. Dude, Kim is my girl. I have to get Kim on here. First of all, because the thing is, Kim has never been on here and I've never been on her podcast.
See, y'all need to do it.
We're gonna have to do something. Such a beautiful family, Jesse, and the way you guys are doing what you love is awesome, and how you're balancing the life at the same time is absolutely phenomenal. So I know that a lot of people know you as the producer, the songwriter, the musician, the singer. But what are some things that people may not know about you?
Well, first, before I get into all that, one of the reasons why, well, I'm very happy to be on here and talking with you from the jump, and all this is a part of why you started this and all this stuff is true. I've known it to be true. When we first moved to Houston and we started serving at a church, we weren't even serving at a church, but we just visited the church. One of the first people that we saw come through the door was you, and you treated us like, all right, we went to high school together. We don't know you from nothing. And it was a little bit of we've never experienced that at the church and all that stuff. And then I think maybe the following week or even maybe that day, we just saw you on stage and you was just like, oh, that's the person. That's what it's supposed to be like. And I honestly find it corny for, you know, people who have a platform or people who are growing or people who are popping or something as big as small as singing on stage. Just making sure you're connecting with people, like not the quick, hey, how you doing? Move on. No, like, what's up? How you doing? What's it? You know, and that's one of the reasons why and you notice I get a text, I get a phone call. What's up? What we doing? You wanted a few people that it's not even a question. So it's just a testament to who you are and why you start this. It only makes sense that you're doing something like this because you are connected people and. So I just wanted to say that just I'm grateful to do this and help in any way that I can. And it started just from that first experience, and then we had the whole Dave and Buster's thing. It was the same vibe, and we left there feeling like we knew these people, and we just moved to Texas.
Yeah.
It was just a vibe, and it was just a genuine energy. So I say that to say thank you, and we love you the same. We love you the same. But I forgot what your question was. So.
Oh yeah. Oh look, no worries. So okay, so for folks that do know you, they know that you are the singer, the songwriter, the musician, the producer. But what are some things that people may not know about you?
Okay, I'm a super duper sports fan. Buffalo Bills. I'm from Buffalo. If y'all don't know. So I grew up all my life playing sports since probably age of 5. So football, middle school, we called it Little League back home, into high school, and I played some college football as well. Then I started getting hurt and All-Americans starting over me and all that stuff. So I was like, let me do this music thing. But I'm super duper 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 into sports. Football primarily, but I'll pretty much watch anything. I won't say anything, but most things. But I love sport.
And don't you have a lot of shoes and stuff?
That's enough. I love me some shoes. I love me some shoes. I'm the clearance king. I will pay for some shoes sometime, but I'm the clearance king. But I've always kept shoes from. I got some shoes from college still, and that just come from being broke. You get one pair of shoes during the whole school year. You got to take care of them. If you hoop, and they some nice shoes, you got to be delicate still. Yeah. So that's what that comes from. But I got my family into it now. We just bought some. I just bought them some shoes today some Jordans today. So they're slowly getting into it, and I love me some shoes.
Yeah. Jake,
music shoes. Yeah.
Jake said curling. You watch curling? I don't know what that is.
I said most sports, Jake. Most sports, man.
But for the most part, Jesse, you're just an all-around talented. You're just super dope, man, and super talented. And I remember when I first heard you sing at Hope City, I was like, wait a minute, why are you not up here singing with us? Why are you on the keys? I just didn't understand it for the life of me. We've never had the opportunity to lead worship together, but of course I had the opportunity to share the stage with you while you play keys, being the MD at Hope City, but we've never shared the stage to sing together.
All them singers there, nobody need to hear my voice on.
Oh yes, like
all of y'all tearing up. I'm cool.
Bro, anyways, you're super dope. But let me ask you this though. Being that you are dope in all these areas, like, do you have a favorite? What is your favorite when it comes to producing, songwriting, or being a musician?
Okay. Man, favorites share different parts. They share different times. So sometimes I'm loving being a musician, and sometimes it's annoying. It's like a job because I do this full time. So a lot of times when I'm playing, I try not to make that be, but sometimes it does turn into a job, and my creative releases in songwriting and producing. But I love a good song. I love crafting a song. I love lyrics. I love melody. I'm super big on lyrics. If your lyrics are not connecting, it's hard for me to connect. Even from the simplest, if your chorus is 3 words but it's connecting, I'm with you. And if the vibe is there, I'm with you. So I love crafting a song. That's probably my favorite thing to do right now. Ask me that maybe 5 years ago, I'd be like, I love producing more, and even before that, I love. I'm sure all my youth, I love playing before I even know what it was. You know what I'm saying? But they all share different times and space.
Sweet. I always like to do some icebreaker questions, just to because when we get to and I don't listen. You will not be on here long. I'm gonna dive right into it. I know you didn't know what I was gonna ask you, but I want to just touch a little bit on some things that have been your struggles, in your personal life. A lot of things we deal with now as adults can be deep rooted, and we can bring that over from childhood onto, our adult life. When did you realize that, trust issues and being open was even a problem for you?
I think a lot of it, especially in the Black community with guys, nobody want to hear you complaining. Nobody wants to hear you share too much of your problems. Hold you down. Hold this macho mentality. Hold this. Meanwhile, whatever's going on, you can't really express. Even to this day, I'm having all the way conquered it, but it's some stuff that I just won't share just because I'm the man of the family, and I don't want my wife to see me in a certain light at times, or my daughter to see me at a certain, because I think a part of that is, a lot of it is reasonable, but a lot of it is just yo, get over yourself, bro. You need to open up. So really opening up, and the area that I'm from, it's not a whole lot of talking and socializing first. If you don't know somebody, or especially if you don't know somebody, sharing problems or issues or things that you're going through, that's just not a thing. My wife, she to the point, Kim, she's super bubbly, and this is just y'all Southern, y'all just nice people. Y'all talk. Up in New York, we sweet people too, but we kind of got to know you first. And I mean, Kim was like, everybody was her best friend. I'm like, yo, you can't say what's up to everybody in every moment. Like,
yes, you can.
Like, what's wrong with y'all? Yes, y'all South. Y'all like, what's wrong with y'all? That's rude. And it was. So I grew up in that dynamic, where you gotta warm up to a person first before before you even speak or have a conversation. And when you think about it, it's super immature, but it was brought about just because you kind of gotta watch your back. You don't know where sharks are. You don't know who's for you, who's against you, and a little amount of that is healthy, but a huge amount of that is unhealthy and silly when you think about it. So just growing up and getting older, I'm slowly starting to see it. And my wife is a big, she's the reason, period, that I even talk about things or open up about things, because she open. But if it's a problem, let's talk about it now. Okay, you don't want to talk, that's fine. We're gonna talk about it though later at a later time. Like she'll get it out, because she's not with lingering with. I can't name you somebody that she has an issue with. Even if they had issues before, we're gonna talk about it. And if it comes to a thing where we grow apart from each other, we still have an issue, and you're not gonna feel weird about coming around me. But she's just open like that, and it's transferred, and my daughters have adopted it, and I've slowly adopted it in my adult years. And it's still weird and hard for me, but you talking about years of being this, and
wow. And a lot of people can relate though to just trust issues and being open, just like you said. And even though you come from Buffalo, it's even down in the South, because again, it can be deep, it's deep rooted.
Yep.
What do you do differently now to handle this particular issue better than you have in the past?
One thing I've crafted in my mind is to come into a situation thinking the best of people. Give them the opportunity to, give them the opportunity to change their mind about holding off. And still do it with reservation. Like, I'm not just, oh, let me tell you all my problems, let me talk about everything. But if you keep that in your mind, giving somebody the benefit of the doubt of just being a cool person, a nice person, somebody that's not, trying to do any harm to you or anything like that. That's a drastic statement, but just putting first the best, thinking the best in somebody. First meeting them first, because I'm sure we've all been in situations where you share different situations with people. People have different experiences with me. I hope they're all very dope and dope, relationships I've shared with people or meeting, but some people may have, different perceptions of what's going on, and I've learned that you give people, you have your own experience with people. Don't allow people to influence what your vibe is. And part of me being a little more open and a little more social is just, hey, this is just a new person. Let's think the best. Why not?
I've never seen like anything when it comes to you and Kim, like being, I don't know. I think I'm grateful that I call you guys friends, and I know that we haven't spoken, but I still call you guys friends. I consider you guys friends and fam. And I've never noticed that you guys came off with anybody wrong, and listen, we all have, for me, I probably can say, either you love my personality or you hate it, because I'm an extrovert and sometimes I can be over the top. But I really do love people. And I think I'm like Kim. I want to talk about the issue. Like, let's just talk about it. Let's get it out. We may not be friends after this, but let's talk about it and get it out, But anywho, I got to get Kim on here too, man, because I would love to. Kim is such like that soft talker, and it's like you can be going through something, and it's just she has a way of just that encouragement and just like giving you that, like, it's gonna be okay kind of thing.
Yeah, I love always glass half full.
Yeah,
to was like, dang, like I don't want to be positive right now. But that's her vibe. You're not gonna run into anybody that's gonna have a bad experience ever. And
Yeah.
hopefully me neither. I try to carry myself that way. It's too much of that. Like, what's the point? Be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be nice, be kind, man, because
Yeah.
we are all going through some stuff. We all have personal issues that we try to deal with, and it's not always going to be a doggone good day.
Right.
It's just not. But so let's dive into just you overcoming depression, because first of all, I didn't know that, so I was like, oh wow, this is you just never know again what people are going through and what they've had to overcome. And I think this issue is so important, especially for the Black community to talk more openly about, because growing up as Black men, you're taught to be strong and crying, is weak, all that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's what you grew up, having to deal with. But I remember back in the day, Shug, you talk about mental illness, and the church folks, they want to say, I need to cast the demon out of you, and not acknowledge that it's a mental illness that needs to be addressed. And people need to know that it's okay to seek help. It's okay to take medication, and our Black community, even though everybody needs to talk about this and it's coming out more because people are committing suicide and stuff, we need to handle this. I'm trying to think of, just walk us through when you first realized that you were struggling with depression.
So and I want to be careful with that word too, because I know I've never been like clinically diagnosed or anything like that, and thank God I've never had any to the point where it was like suicidal thoughts or anything like that. But and when I say depression, is just being in a lull that you cannot get out of at times, and a lot of it, like you said, a lot of it is chemical. A lot of it is what you're doing, and not to say that you're blaming yourself or anything like that. But so the earliest, I don't know. I can't pinpoint a definite time where I would start to feel those things, but a lot of it is in being a creative. And I know I've heard tons of stories just talking to people and being creative and feeling like you're not getting any traction in what you're doing. And it was just a lot of that. I've been situations where in what we're doing here, just being promised certain things in the industry, right? All about that's like everybody's story, but and having meetings and it not coming through, and just like, where am I? I was pretty depressed before I moved from my hometown. I love my hometown, Buffalo. I love my hometown, but I felt a little bit of a ceiling for me personally.
Yeah.
And it just drug my mood down. Like, I wasn't smiling. I wasn't, and I'm like, and again, I don't want to crap on my city or anything like that. It wasn't that. It was just where I was mentally in a space where I was like, I need a little more of a different vibe and a little more, another scenery or something. And even stuff as the weather can bring me down, and in a certain points if my mind isn't guarded that way. But yeah, it being a creative, like you'll hit those moments, and I've just kind of I don't want to say overcome, because I still have bouts of that, like, man, what's going down. And I'll tell you one thing that is helping me is working. Like, working without expecting an outcome. You just the process. People say it all the time. It's like a cliche word. It's like, trust the process, enjoy the process. I'm like, I don't want to enjoy the process. I want to. How long I gotta do this process for before I see some results? And once I started,
It's frustrating.
Yeah, and once I stopped relying so much on the outcome and all that stuff, that's when I seen some traction. That's when I seen we were talking a little bit about like how to and what I do is based on like trying to get following, trying to build an audience and all that stuff. And a lot of times it's not a huge number, but you'll get 3 or 4 DMs like, "Yo, this song been on repeat all day. I was going, I was super going through it." One of my friends, and this is not, me, but it's not to talk about me or anything that I've done. It's
No,
like
we're talking
really
about
bad using through
okay.
the situation.
It's okay.
Yeah, I ain't that dude. But a guy, one of my friends, he's a cop back home, and he was like, "Bro, my brother died this morning. I'm on the way down to, get the, do the details of the body and all that stuff, and I can't stop playing this song." Then I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah.
And I'm internalizing all that stuff, and I'm like, okay, it's okay to say that you were used to be blessing somebody in that moment, and right then and there, who cares about how many likes you got on your video, how many people are saying you're doing awesome? Like that was like, wow. So I mean, that's just a small example, and even stuff like exercising. I feel way better. I started biking recently, this pandemic, like everybody in the world, but like actually getting out and working out on purpose and all that stuff, and it really does. It starts your day off. It ends your day off nice. Just movement. I keep saying work, putting in the work in different areas, helping my wife do stuff, helping my kids do stuff with their creative stuff, like putting in the work that fights all those type of well, most, not all, but it fights most of those thoughts of feeling low and down, and that's a long way. That was a long winded answer. My bad.
So no. That was echo. Can you hear me now? All of a sudden, there's echo.
Do I need to plug in headphones?
Do you have something on your side? Or like your phone or something? Do you have something else on, like the volume? Okay. I don't know why.
I could turn my audio down a little.
No, I don't know why. It's echo all of a sudden. I know that you said that, even now. So I guess my question to you, because everybody goes through depression differently, not everybody have that same struggle as far as symptoms and all that good stuff. But do you still have, at this age now, do you feel like sometimes depression is coming on at this age?
Yeah, but I have a little more control. I have a little more control to like bounce out of it. It won't take up my week like it would before. It won't take up a month is exaggerating, but it will end down my week. I'll have a day of it, but it's hard to personally. Say it again.
What are some steps that you actually take to overcome those feelings whenever they try to arise?
Well, one of the things I said was just starting to get up and have a plan for your day. Rather, it gives less room for idle time, which is idle thoughts, and then silly stuff like silly thoughts to creep in. So planning on my day, I start most day, and I don't do this every day, but most times I'm in a rhythm of it. Is just planning out my day. Like, look, writing down some stuff to execute throughout the day. Like, all right, I'm gonna do a video today. I'm gonna take the garbage out. Well, but like really make a list of stuff to where like less of your time is idle, and you'll spend most of the time clearing off stuff off that list. I don't clear it off every day, but I get most of the time I get through it, and my mind is focused there. And most times when you feeling productive, that's when your whole mindset is kind of, me personally, I don't want to generalize it, but when I'm feeling my best is when I'm productive doing something, or when I'm coming off of super exhaustion from killing it. And killing it meaning crossing stuff off my list. That's whether it's creative or simple stuff. I'm fixing something at the house is crossed off my list. So and that's one thing. second thing is going back to the top of our conversation is being a little more open. Like my wife, like, I mean, I'm talking recently, past year, 2 years, is just really opening up and talking about some things. Like she can feel when I'm down, and and some, yeah, you're right. Keep it moving helps. My wife, she'll sense it, and you know, she'll spark that little conversation of, all right, what's going on, or she'll do something to. Sometimes I just need some space to just do my thing, and you know that helps. But actually talking, somebody advised us is to don't go to bed with issues. Talk about it, whether y'all mad or not. At the end of the night, y'all need to end with it, some type of connection, and talk about what's going on. Most times, through talking about it, it'll help. That I don't have to bottle it in and be this, tough dude about what's going on. And some stuff, I'll feel a heaviness, and I really don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it's coming from, but one big thing that I'm not mentioning is praying about it. It sounds like super, not to sound like the super mysterious spiritual guy, but pray, like pray. He's gonna hear you. He's not gonna shun you away. He'll lighten whatever is need be, and if you go and do it, and you need to go do it, he may not save you from whatever you're gonna do right now, but he'll get you through it. And I mean, that's just real talk. I haven't been saved from every situation that was going on, but I definitely was made to have help and go through it and all that stuff. So that's a big component too. Yeah.
I see. You see that? That you hear the echo?
I hear you chop out a little bit. I don't hear echo really.
Oh my God.
You getting bad audio from me?
No, for me, the echo is extremely bad, and it's never done that, which is crazy. But to anyone because I don't want to downplay depression for nothing. I never want to do that, but I definitely want, because there are people who are struggling and battling with this issue. And so to anyone who's struggling with depression, just please know that you're not alone. Whether you're tuning in now or to the person that may go back and watch this, you're not alone. You're not by yourself. Please seek help. And that's why, and the number down there below, because some people can't afford, to see a therapist. But there is like 24/7 numbers that you can call out to, reach out. Please know that you're not alone. But depression is real, and seek help, because if it gets to the point to where you are so down and out and you're ready to just give up, that's when those suicidal thoughts and stuff starts to come in, and the mindset, starts to settle. So to anybody who's struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts, the number is down below before we move forward. So anywho, bro, so now I have to, I was so excited when I saw that my ink tab, that's everybody's auntie tab. Yeah. And so when I just was so excited, I don't know why. I love the fact that I was listening to everybody else's, and I was happy that I knew somebody that Auntie Tab, posted on her page. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so dope, because she is so encouraging. And Lord, one day I just want to meet Auntie Tab. Like Steve, man. I just want to meet.
I got the same personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, go ahead. You finish it.
No, I don't even know what I was about to say. I just I definitely want to play that video, because I just thought it was so dope. And I love everything about her. And she has inspired, encouraged me on days that I was feeling low. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just click on social media and bam, there's Auntie Tab. And it's like she's talking to you like, hey there.
Yeah. Hey, cut it out now.
I know.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, I just love her.
So, go ahead. No, I'm saying she's genuinely just that. She messaged me about like three times. Wow. And it's all encouraging, like the stuff that we battling, like keep putting in the work. God sees you. Is going, cause her whole story is crazy. Her whole story is grind and not giving up, and That's her whole vibe. So she knows what that feels like.
Yeah.
The fact that she gave, somebody like me, I just was like, this is a dope thing to say. Let me, put some music to whatever. And then she, yeah, when she posted it, because I was like, it'd be cool if she said, like, I mean,
Yeah.
I put some funk on it, whatever
I
she
mean,
said.
we're gonna play it too because I think it's just super dope, and I was really excited to see that. And I'm like, listen, if that's what it takes to, whenever I see your post, Jesse, and a couple of other friends post, because I feel like we're all in that same boat as just being independent for whatever we're doing or whatever. And
Yeah.
it is a lot of work, and sometimes it can become frustrating because you're like, man, you putting in a lot of work,
Yeah.
and we all know that YouTube is so freaking hard when it comes to subscribing, but you still got to keep putting content out. Even if you only have a few views or whatever that may look like, you still got to keep doing it. I never knew what that was. I just never liked to like promote myself,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
every time I hear Daniel Johnson, because he used to always tell me, how you gonna call yourself this, and you're afraid to put yourself out there. I'm like, I don't like to put
Mm.
that. I don't like to brag, like, hey guys, go subscribe to my channel. Now I'm like, listen, okay, I'm doing what's your story. I don't care if I got a few people. I'm enjoying these little few
Yeah.
people
For
that I
real.
have.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the space, whatever that may look like. At first, it didn't used to be that way. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. For sure.
your story, my story, and a few other friends' story that's just trying to get on the ground. We're like, hey, um, I would just say keep going. Like, let's encourage each other.
Word.
All of us need to just really be there for one another.
Yep.
I wish that more
And
supporters
don't
would.
stop once you get popping.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah. Yeah.
Consistency. Bro, this pandemic has taught me consistency. I've never been this consistent in my life. Like,
Yeah.
never. This here has taught me to be consistent, even if I don't have that many people tuned in or whatever that may look like. Like doing Let's Talk Racism and What's Your Story? Oh my
Yeah.
God. Before we move on, I want to share this video because I think it's super dope.
I want you to hear my voice sometime when you feel like you're about to get in somebody's business or somebody in yours. Hear this, okay?
You do you do you. I'ma do me. Because it's my business. Because it's my business. I'ma do me. Yeah. Because I'm free. Yeah. Because it's my business. Because it's my business.
Do you, and I'ma do me. Because it's my business. Because it's my business. I'ma do me. Because I'm free. And because it's my business.
So sweet, man.
Oh my gosh. I just love that, man. I just love it. And listen, I think every time we do something, we probably should tag these people that like the folks that we look up to. We should just tag them.
Yeah, you don't know.
No.
That blew my mind.
Yeah. I think we can just tag them. It is what it is. But what do you say to someone, because I know that I'm about to end, but what do you say to someone who is allowing trust issues to affect their marriage or friendships?
Man, that's a loaded question. So the advice that we recently given that advice to people is the more you let distrust come in, the more room you have to divide. It sound real like elementary, but it's true. Like we try our best, my wife and I, Kim, we try our best to connect every night, no matter what's going on. I don't care if you're mad at me, I'm coming with you. We're gonna be mad together. If you don't have to, even like a relationship, if you don't have trust, it defeats the purpose of you calling me for. That's not a friendship. I don't know about you, but it's not a friendship if I can't trust you. But if you letting that creep in, you need to like talk about it, like real talk. Like talk about you talking to somebody who hates extra conversation. I hate small talk, all that stuff. But if you feel that if it's distrusted, it needs to be talked about, or it's gonna turn into a mountain that you can't it's no turning back from, because you'll certain stuff will creep in your head that's not even supposed to be there. Perceptions and all that stuff. You thinking somebody's thinking something behind what they say, and it's not even that. It's just you being silly, not talking about it. And most cases where like small issues like that, or even big issues like that, could be solved. And this is what I'm feeling, whether it's aggressive or not. This is what I'm feeling. This is what's going on. And the more and more that's talked about without the consequence of being interrupted or feeling like you're being attacked, that's how you build trust. I can say what I want. I can say what I want. And also I can't be defensive in hearing what you say. And you'll build trust that way, to where you got the best thoughts of somebody. The best thoughts of somebody in your head. Think the best of people.
What would be your encouragement to someone who is battling with depression right now and feel like there is no way out of this dark tunnel?
Yeah. Well, it's depending on your level of depression. Well, first, it's a misconception that it's you just need to get over it. Find some way to get over it. Sometimes it's chemically need to be medicated, and medicated through talking to a therapist, or medication as in pills or whatever. I've known friends that do that too, and it's not to be ostracized or taken, like you said, taken lightly. I even know a few friends that have killed themselves, and they're making little pleas to people that are like, yo, help, I'm not doing good right now. And just you do have a way out. It's gonna take a little bit of maturity, if you can handle it, to talk about it. Resources you just gave at the bottom, but no, it's light at the end of the tunnel. How many times have we faced something where you're like, man, this is the worst. I don't know how I'm getting out of this. This is the worst. And then maybe a couple weeks later, a few months later, like, dang, like I got out of that thing, yo. And it always happens that way. Like, God's never failed. He's never ever failed me. It's been some terrible times, but God has never, like, if you really think about it, think about it. Has he ever like really just left you out there? I don't think. No, the answer is
not at all. I remember being in situations like that. I remember times that I've tried to commit suicide, and going through the whole depression thing. I'm telling you, I think the worst one, when I relapsed, the worst one I had was when Pastor Jeremy had to call the paramedics, and the cops came and all that stuff, and I ended up on their couch. That was the worst one I think I had, because I don't even know how I managed to call Pastor Jen, because I was headed to the parking lot. I had already over medicated myself. And I was like, I'm just going to lay here. And by the time daylight comes, they're going to find me in this car gone. And that's how it was. But people who struggle with this, people who don't struggle with this, really don't know what people, really know what it feels like to go through stuff like this. Right. And you can just say, oh, just pray about it.
Yeah, that ain't. Yeah.
That drives me crazy when somebody who's never gone through any type of mental illness say, oh, just pray about it. Or
giving spiritual advice to a physical problem that he's given us knowledge, and he's given us resources to help with, but you throw in, and I'm a fan of, throw prayer at it, but sometimes there's things lined up to help you other than a miracle. You don't always need a miracle.
Yeah.
You need help, and
you need help.
That's a big thing. People are not taking it serious sometimes, and until you've dealt with it, you may not know until it hits your doorstep or somebody you know. Don't take lightly when somebody's saying they are feeling depressed.
Well, a lot of times people aren't going to say anything because of the backlash, because of the shame, because of the guilt, because of the judgments. People say, oh, you can come talk to me anytime, but yet they actually judge you. I've been judged before, you know, with people finding out that that I struggled with that, you know, and they pushed me to the side and just basically they tolerated me, you know, instead of really helping me, you know. So, but anywho, and I'm telling you, church folks are the worst when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm sorry, church folks are the worst. But anywho, I know that you didn't know the questions that I was going to ask you and all that good stuff. I really appreciate you for just being open to sharing, you know, some of your story, because it's not easy to put yourself out there. You know, even though we know that everyone have a story, you know, some people are just not ready to share their story, and that's okay. You know, that's okay. But if I can get as many folks as I can to just be open to sharing what they have gone through or what they are still overcoming, then man, do you not know like the positivity that can be like put out there, because people on social media every day, and that's really not what they really like. They put a face that they super happy, but that's not what they're going through whenever they click off of it. You know. Yes. So but anyway, I just want to thank you. I thank you guys for those who tuned in and those who will go back to watch. I really appreciate you guys for that. Remember to be kind to those around you, because you never know what that person is going through. That was freestyle flow. Hold on. You hear that, Jesse? Oh my gosh. Remember to be kind. Hold on. Remember to be kind to those around you, because you don't know what that person is going through. Yo, man, I'ma come through. Got to come down. Man, hold them up. Yeah, I'm from the H time. What you gonna see? It gets me in that mood. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. Let's go. It wouldn't be Mimi. It wouldn't be Mimi without coming through now.
Oh yeah, you know, I gotta come through. I have to come through. A lot of people that I've had on here, they haven't been wanting to come through. You know, they haven't been wanting to come through, but I think that it's important for people to come through, because you gotta know, you know, that you gotta do you and be you.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Bars, dog, bars. Dude, Jesse, we have got to connect, bro. And right, I can't believe that you and I have never written a song before.
We have written a song before.
Yeah, what song?
It's in the hard drive.
No, I don't remember.
At a camp. I'm gonna send it to you.
When did we do this?
We did the camp in Centerview. It was the last writing session when everybody was like tired and depleted, and we did it. It was like real fast. We wrote it in like 10 minutes.
I remember the camp, but I don't remember the songs. I don't remember any of that, because that was like 5 years ago, bro.
It was a minute. I'm gonna send it to you though.
Yeah, send it.
We gotta do something else.
Jesse, I've written a few songs that I can so hear you on keys. And normally, you know, I don't really deal with a lot of, my producer is Jaime, and we have been working together for years. And like, I'm so used to creating my own melodies and stuff. But as soon as I go to Jaime and I'm like, bro, I hear this kind of thing, the dude just start playing on keys. But I have a couple, so I'm gonna have to schedule a time to go to y'all crib, bro.
What's up?
Seriously.
Here, we cheer. We all cheer.
Yeah, I'm gonna schedule time to go. But anyways, you guys, anybody who tuned into this later or is watching now, please, like, go and subscribe to Jesse's YouTube channel. Follow him on Instagram. Jesse is super dope. He's super talented. He's so humble. And him and his family, just a beautiful family, y'all. Just connect with Jesse. If you need him to produce something, I'm telling you, the boy's dope. You saw that ain't Auntie Tab, you know, he made Auntie Tab. But anyway, because that's his business.
That's my bit.
Yeah. But anywho, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. You guys, thank you again for tuning in. Love y'all. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.